everyone, welcome to another Teaching Tuesday, and I'd like to welcome you all to another school year. Today, I will be going through our Education and Awareness Program booklet that we will be distributing to our community partners and as well as our schools in the next few days here. For today, I will be going through the different presentations as well as workshops that we will be offering to everyone. So, this Education and Awareness Program booklet is basically a guide and serves as a tool to showcase the education and awareness efforts at LSAS. Most of these are going to be free and some you might have to pay for, but it is accessible to anyone who would like to book a presentation or training or a workshop. And we will be sending this out to our community members, partners, and schools or teachers sometime in the next few days here. Okay, so I'll get started with the youth presentations, and these are programs for children and youth starting as young as pre-K, and it goes up to grade 12. And some might be available as one-hit wonders, or some are multi-sessions for expanded learning and collaboration as well. First up is the Behind the Smoke Lighting Up Coping Skills. This one is for grades 7 to 12, and it covers a lot of things when it comes to stress, the physical symptoms of it, coping, why smoking and vaping are used as ways to cope. There's also how to effectively cope with stress and resources for stress management and healthy living. The next four here, there's Bullying Program for Kids. That's for kindergarten to grade 3. There's also Friendships, which is grades 4 to 6. Compassion and Connection, that's offered to grades 7 to 12. And that one's really wonderful because it explores self-compassion and compassion concepts and the benefits of deepening and understanding compassion and applying compassionate ways to everyday life. And then next up is the Online Safety that's offered to grades 4 to 12. And we continuously change this one up because we have lived in the online world for so long now, but especially now with COVID, we have to be not careful, but we need to know the benefits and the risks of online. And we need to seek on how to tell if there's something going wrong on online that the student is experiencing. All right, and next would be the Body Science. This one's a very, very new program to ours, but it's also such a fun one. There's two ways we could go about this. There's the first body science presentation, which is 45 to 60 minutes, and it introduces the body, the proper names for the private parts, different kinds of okay versus not okay touches. So you go through that in the 45 to 60 minutes. Now, it's just a brief overview of those topics. But the next one would be the Body Science mini series, which is a 5-part mini series that provides an in-depth view on the body as a whole. This is also for grade preschool to grade 6, and each session would be 45 to 60 minutes as well. Up next is our Realizing Our Impact, a look into diversity, acceptance, and equality. This one is for grade 7 to 12, and it's also 45 to 60 minutes, and it defines what racism and anti-racism is. We also cover topics about intersectionality and understanding privilege and ways we can impact change and becoming culturally aware. Up next, there's 4 right here: Relationships and Consent, and Relationships and Social Media. It's great to book these two as a pair because it does cover relationships in person and how you deal with it, and then also the online aspects of things. So whatever you have in a relationship, we'll add the social media aspect and the online aspect of things. So it's great as a 2-part series. And we offer those for grades 7 to 12, and it's approximately 45 to 60 minutes. There's self-empowerment, that's for grade 7 to 12 as well, and sexual exploitation. Sexual exploitation, that it focuses on defining what exploitation is, understanding the science, and recognizing the impacts as well. We also offer Relationships and Consent and Relationships and Social Media to post-secondary students, adults, community members, and professionals and frontline workers. It's a 2-part presentation. It's also similar to the youth versions, but with different videos and examples provided. And after that would be Sexual Harassment. This is for post-secondary students, adults, community members, and frontline workers, professionals. And it's a detailed discussion on the different types of harassment and its impacts. All right, so those are the adult presentations. We also have training and workshops. The training and workshops provide an in-depth opportunity to explore topics like child sexual abuse or adult sexual assault. And it has responding skills. There's also time for practice provided. So these workshops are very, very wonderful. So there's first up is the adult sexual assault workshop. It's for post-secondary students, parents, caregivers, adults, community members, professionals, frontline workers. And this is 2 or 3 hour options. It depends which one you'd like if you decide to book. It looks at the prevalence of sexual violence, intersectionality and violence, report effective responding skills, and reports and support options. There's also the child sexual abuse workshop, which is also the same demographic we're opting for. 2 or 3 hour options. It covers the prevalence of child sexual abuse, myths and facts, impacts and indicators. There's also response skills practice and reporting obligations and referral options. And these, you can book this as a private one or for your team, or if we do offer it at LSAS, it is for free. And next up is first responders to sexual assault and abuse training. This one is also a wonderful, wonderful training. It's a 2-day training developed by the Association of Alberta Sexual Assault Services, and it focuses on effective responding skills to disclosure of sexual abuse or assault from children, youth, and adults. And it also provides space to acknowledge and explore and debunk prevalent beliefs and stereotypes. If you would like to learn more, we do have the website on the picture right here. If you just go to www.aasas.ca, and they would have it in their menu. And next up is the Teaching Boundaries and Consent workshop. This is a wonderful, fun workshop. It's also for post-secondary students, parents, caregivers, adults, community members, professionals, and frontline workers. So it's a full day of training with engaging activities and honest conversations about how to talk with children and youth about boundaries, consent, sexual intimacy, and dating. So that one's a very fun workshop. And yeah, so those are our programs, trainings, or workshops that we will offer this year, starting fall of 2021, so September. And yeah, and like I said, because of the COVID thing, we won't be able to present these in person so far, and we will be sticking them to Zoom or Google Meet, whichever one you would like to do.